I'm very excited to be here in Connecticut. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. Very excited. I gotta tell you, us Jews, we do Pesach programs in the most random places in the world. You ever hear two Jews talking like 2 months before Pesach where they're going? Like, so where are you going this year? We're trying out this new program in Iran. We're very excited. It's called the Tehran Tours. We're very excited. Where are you going? We're trying out a new program in North Korea. We're very excited. It's called Kim Jong Kosher. We're going to the most random places. But I don't think us Jews realize how weird it is for non-Jews to be on vacation in the same hotel that we're having our program. Can you imagine from their perspective? They go to the pool to tan. Every single seat is taken by a frum lady, covered from head to toe, in a tichel and a schwimmkleid. Just, I don't think I'm getting the good tan khana. I don't know what it is. The guy wants to use one of the conference rooms in the hotel. Forget about it. Every conference room is taken up by another minion. And this guy has no idea what a minion is, by the way. So in his eyes, he sees fully grown men wearing capes. Having some sort of creepy book club. Just, where am I? Imagine he walks in during a bris, game over. He's running for his life. It's terrifying. And then Shabbos comes along and he's walking through the hallway of the hotel. And every single door is left open. And we can't use our room key, so we all have different strategies on how we leave the room unlocked. One guy scotch taped his room key to the door so it doesn't shut. Another guy used the padlock. Third guy removed the door entirely. We got two yeshiva bachrim sleeping in the hallway because their door closed on them. Just, this guy's like, am I in a horror movie? Where? I just did a show recently in Destin, Florida, and it was on Shabbat, and I was in the lobby, and I overheard these two non-Jews talking, and I didn't like the way they were talking. I was like, yo, I don't get, like, why do these Jews have to do everything separated? It's so weird, so annoying. I didn't like the way he was talking, so I told him, I said, listen, what you do doesn't affect us, what we do doesn't affect you. Let's just respect each other, and, you know, we'll go have a good time. And he's like, you know, you're right. It doesn't affect me, I apologize. And then he walked into the Shabbos elevator. I don't know if this guy was an anti-Semite before he got into that elevator, but when he reaches floor 57, in 14 hours and 20 minutes from now, he's walking out a neo-Nazi, okay? He walked in as Albert, he's coming out as Adolf. The guy is crazy. But I'm not from around there. I mean, I used to live in the any five-towners here? I used to be from the five towns, now I live in Florida. Any Floridians here? 2.5 in the back, represent. I live in Florida, I moved to Florida recently. There's a lot of things I don't know about Florida that I wish I did before I moved. Like, for example, there are lizards everywhere. And they're not like the cute little one from the Geico commercial, no. These ones are fully grown dinosaurs. Just running around at 162 miles per hour. I got dinosaurs and dragons just roaming my front lawn. It's terrifying. I gotta get out of my house like a ninja turtle. Just to avoid getting eaten by an iguana. And the summertime in Florida, brutal. I asked a buddy of mine, I said, listen, I'm moving to Florida. And I heard the summertime in Florida could get a little bit intense. And he's like, dude, people are super dramatic, bro. Like, when worst comes to worst, you jump in the pool, you're chilling. If you get out of your house during the summertime in Florida, you die. Thank you for visiting Earth, your time is up. And we got crazy weather. It will just rain in Florida for 2 months straight. And the funny thing is, when New Yorkers move to Florida, the number one reason they move is why? We move for the weather. I'm like, what weather are you talking about? My neighbor took his kids to school in a canoe because of the rain. Just crazy. And we got hurricanes that come every now and then and just wipe out half the population. And it's very sad. Every year people die from hurricanes. And the reason why people die is because nobody evacuates. And the reason why nobody evacuates is because the hurricane's name is Hurricane Becky. It's not exactly the most intimidating name. I hear Hurricane Becky's coming. I'm not thinking to evacuate. I'm setting up a picnic and I'm inviting her over. She sounds adorable. Who's coming up with these? The most recent hurricane we had in Florida was Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Milton sounds like he's gonna file my taxes. All I'm saying is if we give these hurricanes a more intimidating name, more people would be evacuating. For example, if Hurricane Muhammad was coming, nobody's sticking around to find out, you know what I mean? Speaking of Hurricane Muhammad, Zoran Mamdani. How do you feel about that? Listen, I'm not gonna get too political with you guys, okay? All I'm saying is now that Mamdani is the new mayor, a lot of New Yorkers are gonna be moving to Florida, okay? A lot. If you thought COVID time was bad, this is gonna be Exodus on steroids. Everyone's coming in. But let me be clear, somebody who used to live in New York and currently lives in Florida, let me give a little rundown of the do's and don't do's when you get there, okay? Rule number one, this is for the Jewish moms here in New York. Leave your Honda Odyssey in New York. Okay, in Florida, you're either driving a pickup truck or a golf cart. You don't need the Honda Odyssey. Number two, there's absolutely no speeding during school zones. Okay, in Florida, everyone will drive exactly 13.2 miles per hour during a school zone. But there is a 90 mile per hour minimum above the speed limit on the highway. I got overtaken by a grandma in a pickup truck going 97,000 miles per hour. Number four, there's no state income tax, which is a great money saver. Yeah, we'll clap for that. But if you plan on buying kosher food in Florida, you're gonna have to either take out a mortgage or sell your kidney. I don't know if you ever went shopping. There's a place called The Grove. You ever heard of The Grove? You heard of The Grove? They should change it to The Grave. It's the financial death of your wallet. What the heck? A box of peanuts for 18 grand. What are we doing? Sarah's Tent. You ever heard of Sarah's Tent? No. The reason why they call it Sarah's Tent, by the way, is because after you shop there, the only place you can afford to live in is a tent. There you go. We're catching up. Number four, don't mess with anybody in Florida, okay? Because in Florida, you could buy a rocket launcher with a library card. I went to Publix to get milk. I walked out with explosives because they had it next to the cottage cheese. Just one sip. Number five is the final one. Take some time to get used to. If you go to shul on Shabbat, your rabbi will most likely pull up in shorts with a Glock 19, riding a Shabbos scooter. Shabbos! It's a crazy place. If you don't speak Spanish in Florida, 80% of the population will have no idea how to communicate with you. I don't know if you've ever been. I moved to Florida. I had to get internet in my house, so I call up T-Mobile, and an automated answer machine answers like this. It goes, Cariño, mucho gusto, suicos de nachos, francos, brentos, squinkles, T-Mobile. To switch to English, press 2. And why aren't we starting with the country's language? A lot of Mexicans living in Florida. I'm a big fan of Mexicans. Give it up for Mexican people. I'm a big fan. Big fan. I gotta tell you, Mexican people are the happiest people in the world. You ever see them just walking around like, hello my friends, so good to see you today. It's going to be an amazing day. Suavemente. They're happy, they got energy, it's amazing. They could be delivering sad news and they still sound happy. They'd be like, hello my friend, you remember my grandmother? She died today. Happy people. We got a lot of Israelis moved down. Any Israelis here today? Not one. Not one. Well, two and a half. Very nice. I'm actually kind of Israeli. I was born in Israel, but I also have manners, so I don't know. I gotta tell you, us Israelis, we're the only people in the world that can move to a new country, live there for 35 years, and somehow become more Israeli in that country. You ever meet an Israeli? Like, Alan, my name is Dudi, nice to meet you. I've been living in the Florida area for 35 years. And my English has gotten very, very good there. So much good there. And I'm like, I'm Israeli, and I don't know what you're saying right now. Only Israeli. But I get to travel the world, I get to do shows all over the world, and I get to meet the craziest people. And the craziest people in the world live in New York City. I was walking down the streets of New York City in Manhattan the other day, just minding my own business, and as I'm walking, I passed by this guy, and as I passed by this guy, I realized my leg is wet. I'm like, why is my leg damp? I look back at the guy, I kid you not, he's peeing as he's walking. Like a loose garden hose. I'm like, buddy, you peed on my leg. And he looks back at me and goes, you got $1? I'm like, do you have paper towels? And he pulled out paper towels. And I'll sell him you for $15. This guy does this for a living. Welcome to New York City, everybody. Praise. And the homeless people in New York City, not your average. These guys are fully upgraded, okay? These guys are professionals. If you ever want to become homeless, you intern in New York City. That's where you go to become a pro. I'll give you a perfect example. Homeless guy outside of New York City, they'll come up to you and they'll be like, hey man, you got any spare change? And you'll be like, sorry, I only have a credit card on me. They'll be like, ain't no problem. And then walk away and say something random like, I can feel it. That doesn't fly with New York City homeless people. That wouldn't fly. They'll come up to you and be like, hey man, you got any spare change? Like, sorry, I only have a credit card. You'll be like, ain't no problem. I got a credit card machine right here. You can swipe, tap, I accept crypto, baby. I'm like, what the heck? New York City's a crazy place. This was the hub for all the encampments. You guys remember the encampments with the Free Palestine protest? From the river to the king. From the river. It's a mental home. I don't know what happened. You know, like people camping out on the front lawn of these college campuses for a Free Palestine. Let me be clear though about these guys and girls camping out on the front lawn. These were not the kids getting their degrees to become doctors and lawyers. No. Those kids were in the building learning, okay? The ones camping out on the front lawn like Bear Grylls, these were the ones getting their degrees in poetry and whale watching. It was the weirdos, okay? Bachelor's degree in hieroglyphics, okay? That's the type of people. And ironically, these were the same people going, why are Jews so successful? Like, it makes no sense to me why Jews so successful. I'm like, because we didn't go camping during math class, sweetheart. That's why. We weren't building little fires, chanting around. That's why 10 years from now, we're going to be doctors and lawyers, and you're going to be walking the streets of New York City asking people for $1. You know what I mean? And they did the hunger strikes. You guys remember the hunger strikes? They did this thing. They're like, we are no longer eating until Palestine is free. We're done. Forever. And then 2 hours later, they came back and they're like, so it turns out you need food to survive. Nobody told us that. And we're ending the hunger strikes. And the second the hunger strikes ended, the Fatties for Palestine movement started. It was a little suspicious. But I decided, I'm like, you know what? I want to go to one of these college campuses and talk to these people. I want to go. I feel like maybe if I talk to them, I can knock some sense into them. So I decided I'm going to go. And I did it. I went undercover at Columbia University. Okay? I did it. Now, as a Jew going undercover, I wore the greatest disguise a Jew could wear. A baseball hat. That's right, because us Jews were under the impression when we're wearing a baseball hat, nobody's going to know we're Jewish. There's no way. I was at the airport, it's like, two guys see this guy's wearing a baseball hat with the pants. He's like, Yoeli, nobody's going to know. Come with me, come. Shmaro, Kimazul, come kill me. I'm like, Yoeli, I can basically see your bris milah through your pants. You're not funny. But I get there, undercover, Columbia University, okay? Now I get there, I go to the first tent I see, I knock on, I'm like, I'm so sorry to wake you up at 3 in the afternoon. I just want to know if I could talk to you. And she's like, I don't want to talk right now, I'm in the middle of sleeping. I'm like, okay, no problem, go back to bed, I'll go to the next person. I go to the next person, I say, hey, I want to talk to you. Maybe we can, come to an agreement or get a better understanding of each other. And she's like, I don't want to talk to you. I get a lot of anxiety. My heart beats like, I'm like, okay, chill. You don't need to have an aneurysm. I'll go to the next person. I go to the next person. I see them in the distance. This was the perfect person to talk to, okay? They had the short purple hair. They had the Palestinian flag on one shoulder, the gay flag on the other shoulder. She's wearing a croc top that says Hamas is my sugar daddy. I'm like, this is the perfect person to talk to. So I start walking up to her and they're doing all their chants. They're very into their chants. As they get closer, I start hearing, she goes, my financial situation is a crisis because I gave my money to ISIS. I'm like, what did she say? I get a little bit closer, she goes, my love life makes me saddened, I wish I could date Bin Laden. I'm like, this is crazy. I get a little bit closer, this last one killed me. She goes, I was a girl, but now I'm a man, so I can join the Taliban. Yeah. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I'm leaving this mental home and I ran for my life. I couldn't handle it. Crazy world. Are we Trump supporters in this room? Very nice, very nice. Who's got the Make America Great Again tab? There's always that one guy. Oh, right there. I don't know, they're throwing in different advertisements here. That's not even, oh, that's very good. I like that. Very clever. But Trump, is, he's a great character, but he's done some crazy things. Remember when he kidnapped the president of Venezuela? Just because he can't. Could you imagine the war room when they're briefing the president on how this all started? They're telling Trump, they're like, well, Mr. President, there seems to be an issue in Venezuela. The president over there is smuggling drugs into our country, and we're trying to figure out different strategies on how to deal with this, maybe do a blockade. And then Trump's like, I have a fantastic idea. Why don't we break into his house in the middle of the night and take him? Why don't we break into his house in the middle of the night and I want you to put the biggest headphones on top of his head and I want you to blast YMCA so he knows exactly what it is. And then when you get back to the helicopter and he thinks things can't get any worse, I want you to make his way back a living hell and kidnap his wife as well. I want you to do that. That's just how Trump works. He doesn't overthink things. He's very straight to the point. He's like, so you're telling me there's a guy smuggling drugs into the country, but if I take him and I lock him in my basement, I can't do that anymore. Is that correct? Like, yeah, fantastic. Get the helicopter. I guarantee you the first thing President Trump said to the president of Venezuela when they brought him in was this. He was like, you should be so honored. Because you are the first ever illegal immigrant that I imported. And I love the illegal immigrants. I do so much for them. I give them free train rides, free plane rides, and free boat rides back to where they came from. I did that. Listen, say what you want about Trump, but he's the first president in history to ever try and solve drug trafficking through human trafficking. I don't know. You ever notice when Trump talks, when his hands get closer together, his voice gets deeper? And when they get farther apart, it goes higher? He's like, China, Melania, Ivanka, Zelensky. He's like...
Yeah, thanks for that one.
We'll keep it going for President Trump. What we're going through right now, fighting for us, helping us out, protecting Israel. With what I do on social media. First of all, anyone here see my videos on social media? Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know what I do, I started after October 7th making pro-Israel, pro-Jewish content, and it absolutely blew up. And in the past 2.5 years, I've been able to reach over 200 million people with pro-Israel, pro-Jewish content. It's been a journey, but with what I do on social media, you either love me or you hate me. And there's no in between. And I see this clear as day in the messages I get on social media. Like, I'll get one message, it'll be like, you are a disgusting Zionist. We are going to find you. And we are going to kill you. And then I'll scroll to the next one, and it's like, you're making a massive Kiddush Hashem. You're so handsome. And and I'd love for you to marry my daughter, Chana. But I'm not what you would call world famous. I'm what you would call Jewish mom famous. You know what I mean? That's where I fall. And there's a big difference between being world famous and Jewish mom famous. For example, world famous people, they get like private jets and free jewelry. Jewish mom famous, I get constructive criticism and shidduch resumes. Those are my problems. That's what I get from being Jewish. But give it up to all the Jewish moms out here tonight. We love our Jewish moms. Jewish moms are absolutely amazing at returning things. Holy cow. Jewish moms can return anything, anywhere, regardless of whether or not they purchased it. You ever see that? Your Jewish mom has the superpower. She just can return anything. You ever go to Costco? There's a wall of people that are banned from the store. You ever read the names? Shani, Rivka, Leah, Jamal. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's cool. I get to do a lot of cool things. I get to do shows all over the world. And I get to bring a lot of different people together, which is amazing. And I had a show recently in Arizona where I had in the front row seat, I had a Hasidic couple and a gay couple sitting right next to each other. And they're laughing at the same. Both couples were gay, but still, it was amazing. I recently purchased a Tesla.
My brain's getting it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It has the white leather seats so you can see every stain that ever happened. It's got the sunroof so you can stare up at the sky while you're driving. It's very futuristic. The problem I had with the Tesla is after I purchased it, I didn't know how to open the door. I don't know if you guys are familiar, the door handle on the Tesla is flush with the door. I had no idea how to open this thing. I'm trying different movements, facial recognition. Nothing's working. I finally figured it out. I had to do an entire Zumba class and I got into the Tesla. Very futuristic car. I drove it. I felt like I was driving an iPad. It was crazy. And I went to go charge my Tesla. Those of you who have a Tesla know it takes about 15 hours or so to charge. And in Teslas, you can watch TV in your Tesla while you're waiting for it to charge, which is really cool. You can watch the news, you can watch HBO. If you want to watch science fiction, they have Al Jazeera. It's fantastic. And I put on the first thing that comes on. It's a UFC fight. Anybody here familiar with a UFC fight? A couple of people. Those who are not familiar with what it is, it's basically two fully grown men in their underpants beating the garbage out of each other until somebody dies, okay? And the way you know you lost the UFC fight is if you wake up and Hashem is like, welcome back, my son. That's it. You know you didn't make it. So I'm watching this UFC fight, okay? They're going at it, they're punching, they're kicking, and the fight comes to an end, okay? And the one guy who lost, they took him to the morgue, and the guy who survived, they interview him right after the fight, okay? They go up to him, and they're like,
well, that was a fantastic fight right there. What do you have to say to all your fans around the world?
By the way, it's the same voice for the LIRR, if you didn't know.
As you leave the train, please watch the gap between the train and the platform. This is the train to Far Rockaway. The next station is Google. I don't even know, Gibson? I don't even know. Gibson, there you go. If you know, you know. Now they interview him right now. This guy's not exactly in a position to be given a speech. He's all beaten in the Bruce. And he's like, to all my fans out there, it's super important to be persistent and to never give up because one day you'll end up just like me. I'm like, nobody wants to be like you right now. You got blood coming out of your brain. Your eye is on the floor. The only person who wants to be like you is the guy on the way to the morgue, and even him, I don't know. I took the Tesla out for dinner, me and two buddies. Went to this beautiful steakhouse, okay? We get to the steakhouse. I wasn't so hungry, so I just ordered French fries. My friends, on the other hand, they're ordering the entire menu. Steak, lamb chops, golden cucumber salad. I'm talking, they brought one of those dishes that they bring to you in a briefcase. And then they open it up and smoke comes out. And then there's one green bean, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, okay, no problem. You guys order your food, I'll order my food, no big deal, okay? The waiter comes at the end of the meal, and the waiter's like, okay, how would you guys like to split the bill? Now, before I could say anything, my friend jumps up. He's like, we'll split the bill evenly, 3 ways.
And then he looks at me, he's like, we don't want to make any complicated math equations, we'll just split it evenly. I'm like, split the bill evenly. I ordered a French fry. You ordered an entire cow. I don't... Like, what do you think this is, Make-A-Wish Foundation? I'm not paying for it, man. Everyone has that one friend that'll be like, let's just split it evenly, it's very complicated. I'm like, sweetheart, it's not complicated. The $2 is for my water bottle. The remaining 11 grand is on you and your eating addiction. Okay? Anybody here have that friend that will do this to you? Someone has. By the way, anybody not raising their hand is that friend. And tipping's gotten out of hand at restaurants. It's gone crazy. I went to a restaurant, I ordered food to go. I wasn't even eating there. I go up to the person behind the register. I'm like, yeah, I get a burger, I want lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, Give me my order. She's sitting down, she puts in the order, and then she turns the screen around, and I see 15 different tipping options. I'm like, why am I tipping you? I did more work than you did. I'm standing here making all the hard decisions. You're sitting on your toches, copy-pasting what I'm telling you to do. Now, obviously, I'm gonna tip this woman because she's staring into my soul. Sir, there was no pressure to tip at all. I'm like, I feel you in my earlobes. This is terrible. And I end up getting nervous. I pressed the highest tipping option. I paid 80 grand for a burger I made myself. It was brutal. My flight here was an experience. I flew in here, I went to the airport to go catch my flight, which is super helpful, by the way. If you ever need to catch your flight, it's best to go to the airport. If you didn't know, now you do. And I get on the plane. We're flying 30,000 feet up into the sky, okay? And I notice the guy sitting next to me, he starts pulling out all his gadgets. There's a guy on the plane, the second the plane takes off, he starts pulling out his iPad, his MacBook Plus computer, Penguin. He's just... The guy looks like he's flying the aircraft, okay? He's writing an autobiography, editing a movie, starting a war with Russia. I'm like, what the heck's happening? Now I'm sitting next to this guy, I have no internet, okay? I have no internet, there's no TVs, so I do the only thing you do on a flight. And I'm just scrolling through my gallery, just trying to find something entertaining to, you know how bored you have to be to edit your boarding pass? I'm losing it. I'm absolutely. I look back at the guy, he's DJing now, full DJ stuff, playing music. I'm listening to the same song on repeat because I only have Am Yisrael Chai downloaded on my phone. I'm just brutal. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to bed. Now, for me to fall asleep on a flight, I need to take 15 pills of melatonin and a gallon of NyQuil, okay? That's how I fall asleep. So I take all my pills and my potions, and it's starting to hit me, and now I'm in full darkness. So I start putting on my eye goggles, the blanket, the pillow, the arm of the guy next to me, for full darkness. Now I'm dark, it's hitting me, and now it comes time to move my seat back on the plane. Now, when you're in an airplane, you can never just press the button and do this. Because if you do this, the person behind you, they're gonna murder you. You can't do that. There's a strategy, and every single person in this room does it. You press the button, and you go back slowly. And then you wait. And when you feel like they're not looking, you go back a little bit more. Now you never want to look back, because if you make eye contact, it's game over. You have to wait until it feels right, and you full send it back just like that. So now I'm fully reclined, the melatonin's hitting me, everything's nice and dark, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, okay, someone bumped into me, no big deal, go back to bed. I feel a tap a second time, I'm like, okay, person's a little bit clumsy, no big deal, go back to bed. I feel a tap a third time. Now, I'm not a violent individual, but when I tell you I was ready to murder this person, I'm like, we better be crash landing if you're waking me up right now. So now I gotta take off all my layers, give the guy his arm back, I have to greet this idiot. I look like a baby coming out of the womb for the first time. I don't know why I said first time, I think babies come out only once. So I open my eyes, I got drool coming down from my melatonin, and I open my eyes and it's the flight attendant. And she's like, hi, I hope you're sleeping well. I just wanted to confirm you were wearing your seatbelt. I'm like, you didn't think to look at the seatbelt that I was wearing? I'm like, man, the guy next to me just bombed Russia. Why are you waking me up for this? If you're ever on the toilet of an airplane, and as you're sitting on the toilet, you press the flush button, you'll end up in the Pacific Ocean. It's terrifying. It's way too much suction. There's only one safe way to do it. You gotta close the seat, go all the way into the corner, and use your foot. And then you duck and you pray to God you survive. Stuff gives me a heart attack every time. And I had a service dog on my plane. Now, when I think of a service dog, I think of a German Shepherd, a Doberman, a wolf. You know what I mean? Something that can protect and provide service. Well, you ever see these service dogs on the airplane? It's always a Chihuahua missing an eye and a leg. He can't even bark. He's like, meow. Like, the only service this dog's going to be involved in is its own funeral service at the end of the flight. The lady looks at me, she's like, it's my emotional support animal. For emotional support. I'm like, sweetie, your dog needs more emotional support than you do. Do we have any dog people here tonight? Do we have any regular people here tonight? I'm a dog person. I don't know if I'm a dog person. I have a dog. And I love my dog, and I'll walk my dog, and I'll take care of my dog. But if she ever needs like expensive medical attention, I'm putting her down. You know what I mean? I love her to death. You know, literally, that's where we cut things off. But she's a good dog. Her name is Lexa. We adopted her. So in other words, we didn't want to spend any money on the dog, so we took the free one. That's what that means. You know, people, they'll be like, we adopted our dog, she's a rescue. Out of the goodness of our souls, we adopted the dog. I'm like, no, you didn't want to spend $8,000 for a puppy at Shake a Paw. So you took the refurbished dog for free. And now she pees out of her mouth every time she's nervous. That's what that means. But Lexa, as a refurbished dog, her issue is that she will only poop in front of people. It's a very uncomfortable position to be in. I can take her on a 7-mile walk. We won't pass one person, nothing happens. The second we pass a group of people, she's like, woof, right over here. I want to go right over here. Now, where do you look when your dog's pooping? It's very uncomfortable. Do you encourage your dog? Like, you're doing so good, like, keep pushing. Or do you, like, pretend like you didn't know? It's not my dog, it's your dog. And then it comes time to pick up the dog poo. There's no cool way of picking up dog poo. You can't just slide in there and be like, what's up, sugar mama, baby? You come around often, baby, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find the bag, it's always in the wrong pocket. You pull it out, you can't get the opening, you gotta lick your fingers to find the opening. And then you have to do the dip of shame just to pick it up. And then there's always one piece that drops. And you gotta make the split decision, do I pick it up or pretend like I didn't notice, you know what I mean? And then you walk away like the hunchback of Notre Dame to the nearest garbage can. It's brutal. We have any cat people here tonight? Yeah. You guys are so creepy. I'm sorry. If God forbid someone was to get murdered today, you'd be responsible. I'm not even kidding. You know that 90% of serial killers were cat people? It's a fact. I saw it on TikTok. It's 100%. There's certain people out there that they have zero social cues. Anybody have that one friend that will just talk really close to you? Yeah, tell you? It's like, oh, I think maybe after this we get like in your earlobe, just talking to your brain. I'm like, social distance, please. But certain people, they have zero social cues. And I had an experience just a few days ago of somebody who had zero social cues. This is what happened. I was walking around and I needed the bathroom. And the only place I could go to was a public bathroom. Now, I never use public bathrooms unless I absolutely have to. This was an emergency. So I go into the public bathroom. I walk in, there's always one light flickering. There's like writings on the wall. It's like poetry for crackheads. It's crazy. And I find the one stall that's working, okay? So I go into the one stall that's working, I close the door, and there's always a 6-inch gap on both sides of the door that provides zero privacy. And then a 7-foot gap from bottom to top. It's like pooping in front of a cereal box. But I'm like, okay, Yechiel, just do your thing, get it over with, I'm doing my thing. And all of a sudden I hear a knock on the door. and somebody goes, "Is anybody in here?" And I'm like, "You're looking right at me. We're both basically in here right now. Can you please go?" I'm like, "Can you leave?" He's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I just want to like what time you'll be done." I'm like, I don't time my poops and I have no idea. Now I can't talk and poop at the same time, so everything's going back upstairs at this point. But this is brutal. Like, "Can you please leave?" He's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I love your shoes." Zero social. We live in a crazy world. A lot of anti-Semitism going on. It's a crazy thing. And I gotta tell you, anti-Semitism is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. But after flying with the Luaghs, it's understandable. You ever fly with the Luaghs? Every Jewish woman on the aircraft has a newborn baby she just popped out of the oven. That's crying the entire flight. And the second one baby stops, the other one's like, "My turn." All the Jews are walking around socializing. When a non-Jew gets on a flight, they sit in their seat, headphones on, and they watch a movie. When a Jew gets on the flight, social time. It's like, "Moshe, you have an amazing Vaitor, you're gonna chalish. Let me tell you my Vaitor." "Rebecca, you know who's pregnant? You're not gonna know. It's crazy. Let me tell you who's pregnant." We're just walking around like it's a mall. That's just... And Luaghs, they provide kosher food. But for some reason, every Jew on the aircraft brought their own tuna sandwich. The entire plane smells like a fish market. Everyone's Ziploc bags and tin foils all over the plane. You got two Chabad kids trying to get the pilot to put on tefillin. You ever see that? Guys, sit down now. Give it up to Chabad. Any Chabad here tonight? I absolutely love Chabad. You guys are my favorite religion right after Judaism. I gotta tell you. And then you have this one thing on your Luaghs flight. You ever experienced this? The ultra Hasidic guy that can't sit next to a woman? It's a very uncomfortable position to be in because he has to explain to this poor Christian lady why he can't sit next to her, but he can't look at her either. So he's like,
"Listen. I'm not allowed to sit next to you. I would love to sit next to you."
Now she's not getting this, now they gotta call the flight attendant. Problem is, flight attendant's also a female, he can't look at her either. It's nice to stare up at the ceiling and be like, "Maybe if there's a room at the bottom of the aircraft, a void, I could switch to the bottom of the plane." I'm like, oh my God. I find myself apologizing, told the non-Jews on the flight. I'm like, "I'm so sorry, we are always like this." But you get used to it. Give it up for the Jewish people. You get used to it. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys know about this. There's a secret kitchen in the back of the Luaghs flight. If you ever wander past the bathroom, you ever go there, there's like a kumsitz going on. They're serving kugel and lachmajin. There's a rabbi giving a circumcision. It's a crazy place. Then it comes time to fall asleep on your Luaghs flight, okay? All the babies stop crying. Everyone's done eating their tuna sandwiches. The Chabad guys, they gave up on the pilot, and now they're trying to get the Christian lady to wear tefillin. The Hasidic guy, he's in the toilet for the rest of the flight until he presses the flush button. We'll be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean swimming next to a female whale, just... I'm not allowed to swim next to you. But I would love to swim next to you. And there's silence on your Luaghs flight and you close your eyes. And you're about to doze off. And then you wake up to the sound of Minche, Minche, we need one more for a minute. Minche, Minche. You guys have been absolutely amazing. My name's Yechiel.